Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode here on the Fallen Kingdom server. Been a little while. Zine has been out and about doing some stuff, but we are glad to be back. And yeah, it is a good time. And for some reason, as soon as I just initiated my recording, my frames just went. Maybe I need to turn off my shader right now. It looks so pretty though.
Have you considered upgrading your computer to something recent?
I have, but the problem is I can't get a GPU without paying extra, and the place that pre-builds still won't allow local pickup, and I don't want to send my PC through the mail. That's my problem. There we go. Anyway, this series is brought to you by our sponsor, me, and the Fallen Kingdom server, which you can play on at play.fallenkingdom.co on Minecraft Java 1.14 and higher. Give it a try, see how you like it. Have a good time, enjoy yourself. It does not look nearly as pretty now. This is very sad. It looks so bland. Oh my goodness, it looks like I turned down all the settings to like nothing in Counter-Strike like a professional gamer. Anyway.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Also, if you're interested in grabbing a Minecraft server outside of the Fallen Kingdom server, you could check out our sponsor, MC Pro Hosting. The link's in the description. We'll get you 25% off your first month of server hosting, and you can play some vanilla Minecraft with your friends, load up a mod pack, maps, whatever floats your goat. Check them out too. And so, what's up? Other than we don't have any crowns, so we crown burn very effectively.
We've crown burned very effectively.
We do have a lot of resources, though. Resources are looking very, very good. And also, we have a lot of leather, and we have a lot of emeralds, so emerald armor is, like, pretty easy to queue, which is very nice. I don't know if there are any booties queued up, but mine are looking low, so I might queue up some more booties.
Okay.
Very, very swick, very swick.
That sounds bootyful.
Also, Troy is here. Is there BB on the lap? You're too bad having zero crowns.
Troy,
Oh,
Troy,
boy.
is there a baby? Do we have a baby sighting? I can has babby. Ooh, 230 gold interest. Nice.
That is
We're rich.
huge.
We're rich.
That is huge for
No
us.
babby?
No babby? Maybe Troy can do a raid.
Yeah. Maybe we can talk him into doing a raid with us. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be crazy, dude. No. All right, that's a great response
So
to it.
he's saying
Not yet.
So he's saying there's a chance.
Exactly, yeah.
What he needs is peer pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is the solution to many things.
Why did that not bounce me? That's ridiculous.
Oh.
Okay, well, anywho.
I like hues. They're expensive though.
Huh? What?
Hue lights, they're expensive, but they're nice.
Oh,
it's like the Hue ecosystem is great, but man, it's expensive. But man, it's great.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've never dealt with. Sorry, I've heard of those, but I was thinking hue and saturation in Photoshop is expensive. What? Okay. Should we do a raid?
We should.
You know,
Do we
last
have
time
revenge?
was we might actually.
I think our streaks have been struck.
Our streaks have been struck pretty hard.
So
Ooh,
if
Edel
there's one we
West.
want to try, then we should try.
Edel West was the challenging. It was like the challenge, but it was like a good challenge, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
go
sure.
for it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah. Let's give it a try. Wait, I have to shop though.
Oh, you have to
Gotta
Photoshop
go
something?
shopping. No, I have to go shopping.
A bustier! Which is not a bustier, that's something different.
Let's go. All right. Edelvest. Yes, it is this one. It is this one that we recognize very well. They do have gold, too. They have a little bit of gold. We would be able to get
gold. Okay, we take gold, yeah.
90,000 gold if we are able to get this right.
90,000. Interesting.
Yeah,
All right.
yeet. Okay.
Slash dire.
Let's see if I can remember what I did. I think on this one, I did a, I think it was a slime. Only one slime per, we got enemies present. Torwald might do some hits. We gotta be careful.
Torwald ain't about this life, you know.
Oh god, he's upgraded.
He's upgraded.
No!
Okay. Wonderful.
Why? Frick. Okay.
Wow.
Alright, so we gotta basically get through the first barricade with the most minimal amounts. Oh, I don't think he had maximum barricades last time.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, these barricades are much barricaded.
SpaghettiOs.
All of this looks quite a bit more than last time.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay. All right. Well, we about to get fricked up here. Here we go. Here we go.
You went with the Jerry lead-in. That's interesting. It's an interesting choice. All right, let's see how it pays off. Okay, we've got 2 Endermen and then a witch following up. Good, and then another Jerry. Okay, I see what you're going for here. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, and then you got some lightning coming down on that Jerry. He's gonna need some heals. Another witch. Some puffy boys as well as another Enderman. Interesting
Yes, sir.
choice. Interesting
Yes, sir.
choice. All right, now we're coming into the first bend where the damage really starts to accumulate. We're at 886 on the Jerry. And
you make me nervous. You make me nervous with the real time. You make me very, very nervous. Yeah, it's very, very nerve-wracking. Okay.
500 on this Jerry. This Jerry's taking a lot of damage. He's going down really fast.
The witches are all slowed. Why is the snowman able to target the witches?
Behind.
Stop it! Stop
Look,
it!
this
Frick!
pufferfish cannon is way ahead. Your entire process is completely
Shut
broken.
up! Stop! 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 I am pressured. I am so pressured. The witches are so far behind. It's
Jerry
so
just
slow.
went down. Oh, a Jerry
No! 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 No!
Jerry
No!
completely gone.
Oh,
No
the
longer
witch
with
is
us.
completely
Down.
stuck. It's completely stuck. The witch isn't even moving. It's not even moving. It's literally not moving.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay, and let's see.
Okay,
so
come on,
this
come on,
Jerry's at 275, so he's not
Okay,
gonna
I get
make
the
it
bees.
to
I get the
very
bees. I get the bees. Bee,
Okay.
do not be this way. Do not be this way. Another witch down. Oh, frick. Oh, frick. Oh, frick.
goodness.
But maybe,
Alright,
maybe,
alright.
maybe. You're telling me
Maybe,
there's a
maybe.
chance. Yes. Come
All
on.
right, so you got the first one. That's good. Now let's see how you're gonna go. You're gonna spawn some more. You gotta get these over.
Yep.
You've got 2 Jerrys up front that are coming through, as well as a couple Endermen, and then also you just threw some skeletons into it. Another witch. 2 witches just died just then, like bam, bam.
Yeah.
Down to go.
What the frick? I tried
to
spawning
hear it,
all the
hate to see
things.
it.
I
All
tried
the puffer-
spawning all the things. I don't think it's enough.
Fishmen are going. Everything's spawning out. This particular Jerry not looking too healthy. 600 on there, so a little bit more than half. This one is at 900, so that one's feeling.
I think
good.
I needed to spawn all the Jerrys, and I tried to throw witches and stuff, and I ran out of stamina, and then it's bad.
You hate to really see it come down to this.
You do.
The witches, like all the witches are gone. There's no healing.
Yeah. What? Did he upgrade all the towers too, or is it just
An
was it
Enderman
just at the barricade?
died.
Is it just at the barricade?
There's definitely tower upgrades. There's definitely tower upgrades. Okay, a puffer cannonfish now dead.
We're about to get hit by the quad. The quad guardians here.
Okay, another one down. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh,
no.
dear. Oh,
I don't
we
even know
are
if they're gonna
doing
make it
damage.
to the barricade.
We did hit the barricade.
Oh, we have
once.
hit the barricade. It has been touched. It has been touched.
All right. Oh, Jerry down. Jerry down. Enderman down.
Yeah, that's
Pufferfish
not
cannon
great.
down.
That's not great.
I don't think that. I don't think we're gonna make it.
He upgraded all the things.
He did.
He
We took
upgraded
17,700 gold and 12 raid points from that encounter. Do you feel like you learned anything with this?
That everything is bad for us.
Oh.
Yes, I tried to use the command /forget to forget what just happened.
Did you? Did it work?
No. I misspelled forfeit. Well then, this has not gone well. I mean, actually, so every troop that we summoned there, except for the puffers, is level 5, which means I don't know what level 5's.
I don't know what that means, but it means something.
Well, it means I don't know how we unfrick this frack.
Do better.
Mm-hmm. That's probably true, yeah.
It's it seems like the way to go.
Okay. 1, 2.
All right, so you wanting me to
3,
do
4,
next raid and do searchy?
I suppose so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I gotta re-rack the troops. But
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Troop racking is a time-honored tradition.
And then, what did we need? It was 6 Endermen. 1, 2, 5, 6. And it was 9 pufferfish. 1, 2, 3, 4,
9 pufferfish.
And it was one of these. Uh-oh. I messed something up.
Yes, you have.
What did I mess up?
The question is not what did you, it's what haven't you.
What did I mess up? I thought I had 4 scoresmen. And then... I overdid something, but I'm trying to figure it out before...
You
they're
overdid
all-
something.
Hold
Overlooked,
on.
maybe?
No, I overdid a particular troop. Let me get these screenshots. I had to have. There's no other way, right?
There is another way.
Okay, so... Yeah, that's gonna be 6 witches, 4 scoresmen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 endermen. 4 skellies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. 7... What?
Skeletons is what you were saying. 7. What?
Hold on. Current troops. 6, 4, 7, 4... Oh, okay. We are good. We are good. I thought I had to do another scoresman. Okay, we're good. We're good. Everything's fine. Everything is fine.
All right, you have everything?
Give it 1 sec. I'm just not going to gem these skeletons because they take just a couple of seconds, and you're good.
I was like, you know, you were going through stuff, and I'm like, 5 golden rings, you know, just as you go through the counts and stuff. All right, raiding, looking for a raidable kingdom, searching for someplace to raid. We've got ourselves Lunar Meadow, which I almost read as Hedo because fonts, but Lunar Meadow.
Lunar Meadow?
Lunar Meadow.
Lunar Meadow.
Like that.
Oh, do you?
I like that.
Is Zine about to win and then make us feel bad about ourselves the rest of the evening?
What? Sir? Okay. Let's do that.
Lunar Meadow!
Lunar Meadow.
Okay, okay.
Lunar Meadow.
It looks like they've been getting bullied because they don't have any gold to offer, do they?
I didn't worry about such details.
I see.
Such minor details are not for me to be concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see if this hopefully should be enough.
Ah, Queen Lunicorn. My long-abandoned kingdom. Queen Lunicorn moved over to Atlas Summit.
I see.
But there is parkour.
And this is also where we had like the game that we couldn't figure out.
Yeah. I still don't know how it works.
Yeah, we never did figure out like how it worked. It was there. No argument there. Oh, this Jerry's not getting the heals he's needing.
Oh no.
Okay, now he's getting heals.
Oh no! Don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that!
Oh dear!
Let's see it. Let's check it. Let's check it.
Heal it up! Come on, heal! Yeah!
Y'all did it! Congratulations! Good job. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Keep it up. Keep it up. You're doing great. Hup! Not even. You're kidding me.
Naughty?
Not even. Oh, frick. Hold on. No, don't go down like that. Oh, God, I've ruined everything.
We're gonna do this path and run this tower defense. In the meantime, you can just do, you know...
I figured you had it handled, you know. I saw a lot of towers that were not the highest level, and so I was like, I feel like my dude's got this. I feel like he doesn't even need to spawn all the things. He's just got the things.
Whenever it's not you, you're always down for not spawning everything, you know?
Yeah.
You should be conserving troops.
Yeah, no, you should. Like, what are you doing otherwise, dude?
I mean, I'm making sure we win.
Nah, dude, you should be, like, what? Overspawning troops is so wasteful. It's so wasteful of the resources that Flamey or Troy or Kiwi have worked so hard to
that other people have accumulated for
Exactly,
us.
That's why I'm even more mindful, because, like, if it was the stuff that I spent the time for, then I would be less, you know, like... less of an issue with it, but yeah.
Sure.
Let's see. There's a handful of towers at the end, but I do believe that we are fine.
I think we're doing good, and we were at that point again. I mean, granted, we've regressed a bit. We were hitting that point where the RP was the more limiting factor, and
RP
so,
points? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where it's like, even though there wasn't a tremendous amount of gold, I saw an opportunity to accumulate such points. You know what I mean?
No, RP points are good. They're very good. We like RP points. Oh, did I make it? Oh, I made it, dude.
You didn't make it.
All right, here we go. Let's check them out. Let's check them out. Let's watch them do.
How are you supposed to do that?
Here we go.
What are we watching? What do?
I'm watching from above. I've got an aerial view of the action as someone who's conquered the parkour. My teammate is wasting valuable arrows trying to shoot at me. Enderman suplexing the zombies. Pufferfish obliterating the bees. Pufferfish are absolutely unstoppable and are shooting the barricade, and the barricade is dropping incredibly quickly, and that is a whole lot of mobs there.
That.
Did you spawn all the mobs?
No.
Oh, okay.
We still had 2 Jerrys, and I mean, I spawned most of the healing, but we still had a fair that I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So 72 raid points in the bank, nothing but net.
Wow, incredible, dude. Incredible.
Incredible.
Hey, Zine. Mac and cheese?
What's up, man? Sure, I like mac and cheese.
Okay, there's just a poll going on. That's mac and cheese. Yes, please, or nah, fam. That's all.
But I am, of course, as in all things food, particularly to you, a heathen. I greatly prefer, like, just the fake cheese type product powder craft mac and cheese to, like, finding one of those, like, fancy, like, creamy cheese ones, whatever. Like, no.
So what's really funny is
powder.
Wait, why do you wait, hold on. You're gonna be surprised. I'm 100% with you on this. I love the basic cheapo Kraft mac and cheese is like my favorite. It's so good.
Good.
Kraft, if you ever want to sponsor me for mac and cheese, or Zine for mac and cheese, or both of us for mac and cheese, do it.
Do it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, like, honestly, it's like, I don't find the flavor that much different between the two, but the creamy one I find has a much more oily texture to it. And I've as I've grown, I've come to realize that, like, a lot of my oddities and what I like or don't, people are like, how can you? It's very texture based. I notice textures a lot more than. And I hadn't really kind of, like, sat down and, like, thought it through, like, put my head in my hands and just been like, what's wrong with me? How can I be this way? But I finally done that, and yeah, it's just, I don't like the oiliness of the Velveeta type cheese ones. It's just give me just the good old powder slime, and I'm good to go.
Powder slime.
Powder slime.
What actually is that? Like, is there cheese in that?
I don't think it meets, because I know that cheese is like one of those, like, legally controlled names, and so I'm not sure. I think it's a cheese flavored product or whatever. It's like when you go to the store and you look at, like, ice cream stuff, and all the cheap ice cream stuff are like, this is a dairy flavored, or like they have some way of saying it, but they don't actually call themselves ice cream.
Well, but that's not because it's cheap. That's because it's like the low calorie stuff or something, right?
Well, it's whichever way you want to look at it. It's because it doesn't meet the criteria to be called that. It doesn't have enough of the dairy.
Right, but I thought that was for dietary reasons. I didn't think people were actually, like, skimping on milk so it's cheaper.
I think it's both, because it's like,
really?
I know that, well, yeah, like, I mean, ice cream, there's the whole, like, triple whip fruit, so it's light and fluffy, and that's like a marketing selling point, but really what that means is you're just getting a lot more air in what you get, and there's a certain concentration.
Well, that's cream cheese. Cream cheese for sure is like that.
Yeah, it's the thicker stuff that it's, like, technically the higher quality, and it, obviously not everyone, some people are like, I like the light stuff, and that's cool. But in order for it to be considered ice cream, it needs to be of a certain qualifying factors. And yes, you're right that I think that some of the diet, to make it diet, that disqualifies it. But there's also manufacturing processes to make it cheaper that can also exclude them. So,
but I always thought it was for like dietary reasons, not because it's like they're able to sell it cheaper if it's not actually ice cream. You know what my other favorite thing is when fast food restaurants, they advertise on their like posters for their milkshakes made with real ice cream. I'm like, is the bar this low that you're happy to advertise that you use real ice cream instead of
that we use
powder?
Actual ice cream
instead of fake ice cream or whatever the heck? Like, really? This is how low the bar is that you're excited about that? For doing the bare minimum? Good job.
Did you hear that the FTC is like investigating McDonald's on why
their vending machines you're not working broken. Right? Yeah.
That's an oopsie daisy right there.
Oh god.
It's kind of an interesting story and how it worked and just about kind of showing the some of the skeeziness that goes into some business stuff, but it is kind of funny that it became such a like. There's literally a website that tracks that you can go to and that tracks all the different McDonald's and like based on user reports, like whether or not their ice cream machine is working currently. Like you can look it up and be like, all right, and you'll be surprised. Like it's like 40% of the time it's like, nope, not working. So, but.
I'm looking at a revenge, and I don't think it's going to be a good play.
You don't think it's the right
painful?
move?
It looks painful. Yeah. I'm going to look at the other one. I think Amalthea is Caitlyn, and that could be a win.
You think?
I don't know. I don't know if Caitlyn is on, and yes, it is a win.
And this is definitely a win.
Yes.
Okay, bye. Goblin Archer just ran past me and fell down the cliff. Like, bye. Okay, started a raid. Let's do this.
All right, let's see here. We shall do an Endy and a
You guys
Puffy.
heard the Ain.
Ain Endy.
Hey, Nandy, look at those level 5 barricades, though.
They're actually level 6 barricades, but yeah.
Okay, look at those level 6 barricades. It'd be pretty cool to have one of those.
It would, yeah.
Hang on, I just got to take off my shoes.
God, he walks like. Do you have carpet in your house?
In some rooms, not in most of it.
Do you walk on the carpet with your dirty snowshoes?
I normally don't go in the carpeted rooms, to be honest.
They're just extra rooms?
Well, basically, yes. They're
Okay.
not rooms I actively work in, no. I have... most of the house is LVP.
Huh?
Most of the house is LVP.
What is LVP?
It's a luxury vinyl planking, but it's basically fake wood floor.
Oh, okay. Got it. So it doesn't get affected when you walk on it with snowy shoes?
It's September. When do
I
you think
know,
snow
but
is
it will eventually be, unless the world dries out and there is no more snow, which is looking very possible.
Oh, yeah, no, like we're in extreme drought here. We actually had a city that in central Utah that they ran out of water and they're having to import it in.
How are people having to like buy water and bring it home to shower and whatnot?
I think the city's like has worked out to have tanker trucks like refill some of it so that
Good Lord.
The system continues working. I'm not sure, but yeah, it is not a water is not a common thing around here these days.
Okay, slime just went flying.
He's just like wee. But typically, if my shoes were wet and soggy or whatever, then I would come in the house and then I would take them off and not wear them around.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
But I also I vacuum and mop quite a bit, like frequently, and I would love if I if I ever strike it big on on what I was thinking of like OnlyFans or something like that, but then I was like, I don't know if I want to make that joke. But regardless, if I ever strike it big somewhere, then maybe I'll be able to afford one of those mopping, vacuuming Roombas. I'm setting my sights pretty high there, but
I feel like
that's a
okay,
dream.
pufferfish. That's not smart. What are you doing, pufferfish? You were just standing there, not even shooting at the bee. That was really not smart. That's dumb. That's a dumb thing to do.
Sometimes pufferfish used to be that way. Anyway, you were saying, I think that, and then you interrupted yourself.
I think you could make that like a stream goal. You could do like a subathon or something and be like, guys, I'm trying to get the vacuum Roomba mop. Can you help me?
I feel like if you're going to go to like a stream goal thing, that you probably gotta have slightly like more legitimate concerns. But I mean, but part of that is like I know some people do they're like subathon like monthly and stuff like that, and that's fine. You know, like make it a little event. You know, everyone does it their own way, and I'm not judging how they do it. But for me, it's like I've never done a subathon. I'm considering it, but
I haven't done one either. But I do think if that was your goal, it's people would find it funny.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You know, like, hey, I'd love to have this, but you know,
or you could do Tesla Model S plaid funds. You know,
bro. God, I want a plaid. It's so amazing. Yeah, that's probably a little bit more out there, though. You know, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Right now, I mean, I don't know. I know we do stonks and stuff, but I don't need to get into like my personal finances and everything I'm dealing with there. So, but yeah, we should win this raid pretty good. I think you got this.
I think we should win this raid pretty good. I'd like to believe. I mean, unless this pufferfish just totally ignores the shooting at the bees like an idiot. Hopefully it doesn't. It's gotten way ahead of the other boys. So if this pufferfish does get eliminated, it might be annoying. And hopefully it won't. Okay.
Hopefully it won't.
We'll have to help shoot the bees potentially here just to make it so that things are not dumb if this guy decides to be dumb.
I mean...
Okay, good. He's shooting at the bees. Good job.
Nice shot. Like, you shot...
No, he 180 knocks them, dude.
You very nicely shot into the air right after it already killed it. It was like, nice.
As long as he does that and then doesn't get distracted and starts like hitting the tower and not hitting the bees like last time, then we're good.
Oh, yeah. No, that was terrible.
Yeah. Zine, Tesla Model S plaid, and Roomba mop sub thing.
Those are my two sub goals.
Yeah.
The first one is for the Roomba mop. The second one is for a Model S plaid. Hey guys, this is our stretch goal.
He'd get it. He'd get it.
Like I got I did get bad news from the from one of my contacts though. I don't know, like maybe it'll start back up, and I don't know if it's just, you know, maybe it's just me, but the word on the street is the Raid Shadow Legends deals are on hold for the moment. So, you know,
It's
times they are a changing.
Is that like Raid Shadow Legends for everybody? Not just like they're not coming to you.
As far as I know, like I had something planned, and they basically came back and they're like, "Yeah, the client just said they wanted to rethink strategy or something," and so
who's the developer / publisher?
I have no.
Is
idea.
it Chinese?
It's Plarium. I know that. Like, I don't know if they're considered the developer, but it's through the Plarium.
Because if it is Chinese, then that could be problem.
That is problem. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be slight issue. I had some Chinese stonks, and they are not held anymore. I am very scared about that. I mean, honestly, the way that works though is like you capitulate, and then that's when it starts going up. But I don't know.
I don't know what's happened in China finance lands too.
Oh, you haven't heard of like the video game hourly restrictions and banning new games from being published, or they're on hold at least for now. Nobody can publish. 80% of Raid Shadow Legends is Tencent. Oh, well, that would make sense if that was the case.
Plarium is the dev, and they are owned by a casino machine company. So what, Konami?
Oh, so it's not Tencent?
Tencent sounds right. I don't know.
Someone in chat
But-
said 80% of raid is 10 cent, and so
I'm sure there's lots of information being thrown around. Even some of it might even be accurate, but
and
regardless,
other people say it's Israel, in which case it
Yeah.
would not be the China thing.
So- But regardless, you know, like that was the old staple, the fallback. You know, like, oh, things have gone wrong. I had to bail my mother out of jail again, and that hit the old finances. So Raid Shadow Legends, here we come. And now, you know, maybe not. You know, I suppose we probably shouldn't be saying the name since we're not being sponsored to say it. But you know.
Whoa, yeah, dude, you're doing
Free
exactly what they want you to, bro.
Yeah. I'm playing right into their hands.
That was the whole plan, was to try to get you to like tell people why it wasn't happening, and then they'd still get the mention anyway.
Yeah. Oh, man, I've been bamboozled.
I've been bamboozled too. I wasn't even in on this, bro.
Yeah.
All right, I've re-racked the troops. If you wish to search for another kingdom.
I like that I have to fight like the real kingdoms. In the meantime, you fight Caitlyn. You know.
What was the first one? Excuse me. What was the first one?
The first one you did? Oh yeah. The one where you lost everything. That's right. I forgot about the one where you lost.
Didn't lose everything because I forfeit before I lost everything. So you gotta know when to cut your losses.
Like you started down some Kenny Rogers, and then you just like dove right off. Like you started it and then just killed it. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them.
Oh, I wasn't even trying to, you know. Anyway.
You are so young sometimes. It's adorable.
Yeah.
Sorry, was that condescending? Like condescending means to talk down to.
Well, there's Kenny Rogers. There's a Kenny Loggins too, right? I'm pretty sure that one of the Kennys.
Kenny Loggins is Highway to the Danger Zone.
No, but I was thinking of Kennys. I'm pretty sure that one of the Kennys had something to do with like the school song at my elementary school or something.
What the hell? Sorry,
Yeah.
What the heck?
Wow, you said a bad word.
He said a bad word. No, I was actually responding to this. No, we're gonna fight this one.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I don't know what's past barrier 1, but I like it.
All right, sounds good.
So
yeah, do you? The real kingdoms, huh?
One of the Kennys was involved in your school song?
Yeah, somehow, something like that. I think like they had a kid that went there or something, and so they inputted into the school song, or I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Well, good for them. You know, good for you to get to have such a memorable school. Like,
yeah.
I remember, like, you know, Meadowlark School is a nice place to learn. that was ours. So, you know, like you know, if you the bar was probably pretty low to achieve that.
Oh God, I actually still know like a good amount of the lyrics of it. Yeah.
That was like my kindergarten, but
mine was K through 6, and I remember some of the lyrics of it. Are you gonna spawn some troops? Yeah, okay. There you
I'm
go.
looking at evaluating
all right.
threats and doing a proper assessment of the situation.
Cool. Okay, cool.
There's a long gap. I was letting there.
Yeah,
be
no,
a gap.
I gotcha. I was wondering what was going on, and then I realized what you were doing. Yeah. Very cool. I don't think my high school had a school song. I wonder if they, like, I don't know, talk about Thanos a lot.
Send this Jerry in.
You know, it's interesting because
talk about Thanos a lot.
Because Thanos went to my high school, but like this was before he was Thanos, and like before most of the
Titan.
Yeah, so like he was not as known. Like I think he was still in major movies, but not like there's a difference between, you know, most movies and then there's being in the Avengers.
Prior, I think most people prior to getting famous are less known.
Well, no, but like I think he was in major movies. It's just like he was not in the Avengers. He was not Thanos.
Sure.
So, yeah. But I wonder if that's like a highlight now for people. It's like, oh, I go to the school that Thanos went to. You know?
They really have something to cling to now, huh?
I guess so. Pretty much. I mean, it's pretty cool. I graduated from Thanos Academy.
Nice.
You know, no big deal.
No big deal. No big deal.
Mm.
Well, I don't know of any real link to anyone famous in my world. You know, like I didn't matriculate from nobility like you did.
Oh
But,
yeah, dude.
you know,
The
I
other
do.
school that my mom wanted me to go to first, that was I think Katy Perry went there for high school.
Ooh,
Yeah, dude. I had real options for nobility.
yeah. So you were bringing you had a lot to the table, and see, I just can't stand up to those sort of like
I know, dude. I know.
expectations.
Public schools, by the way. Public schools. Just saying.
We all come from somewhere.
Yeah, the public.
The public.
I started from the public. Now we in the public eye. Not really anymore. I was in the public eye at one point. Much less so now.
Yeah. You don't feel
Troy
quite
also
as-
came from the public. Did you come from the public?
I did. I have no private schooling whatsoever to my name. But you know, like I landed in just the right spot for me, where I was able to do my career, but I never did the whole college thing, and now the millennials and the Zoomers don't quite have that option in the way that I did, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm glad.
What do you mean?
Just like, you know, when I stepped into the computer world, like it was about kind of hands-on experience and certificates and or certifications and stuff, and you know, like a programming degree was less of something that was looked for. Where now it's kind of gone more
Really?
along the line
Do
of looking for college education and stuff.
Really?
A little
That's
bit.
surprising to me. I would have figured that now with like, you know, you have all these like app store platforms and stuff. Wow, that went down quickly. You have all these platforms where you're able to like release and showcase things that you have made. It just seems like people would be able to easily build up a resume of like you've resources on the internet to learn. You have the ability to distribute your projects, and so it just seems like that if you self-taught, you would be able to showcase that on a resume.
To some extent, but it's like the problem is it's so available that it's like it's kind of like it's kind of like streaming or YouTubing in that everyone there's a low barrier of entry to start it, and so just saying that you did it.
Well, is it just saying if you can straight up show like I've done this project here, let me
Well,
show it to you?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like I guess my point is it's like it's not hard to have an app. It's, you know, like if you and you're not going to get the interviewer like you know, when they're just trying to dig through resumes, they're not going to be like, here, let me download your app and evaluate it and see, you know, like, so it's you know, maybe at a point where you've passed through the first couple, you know, like an interview or two, and they're really starting to hit the point where they're considering you. But initially, it's like, you know, it's a low barrier of entry to say, oh, I've made an app that did this or whatever.
Well, I figured you're not just gonna say I've made an app. They'll be like, oh, sure, good job, kiddo. Sure you did. I figure you know, you gotta actually show it to them and it be an impressive piece of work or something. But honestly, I would have thought that would weigh more towards your hiring, because I don't know, if I was hiring someone, my perspective would be like, oh, it's great that you have a degree, but can I actually see what you've done?
You're mistaking. I mean, and I guess, you know, right now it's like a lot of it kind of goes back and forth depending on where the job market is, of course. But you know, you're making the assumption that like every candidate is reviewed closely, and the reality is that's just not the case. Like one of the first things you do when you have a stack of resumes is you go through and you find everyone who has, you know, problems on their resume, and immediately, like, you don't look deeper, and maybe you miss out on. I'm sure you miss out on perfectly good workers
Sure.
and employees, but it's like, you know, if you don't have enough of a work ethic to bother spell checking your resume, then you're not for my company. You know, like they just at step one, you know, that's your lowest bar of entry. And so when you're going, depending on the number of resumes again that you're looking for a particular application or a particular position, if you've got 40 people and 30 of them say they have apps and 10 of them have degrees, you're not going to be really like isolating based off the app, and you're not going to be opening it up. So yeah, again, like I said, if you filter down to the point where it's like, all right, I've got it and these are my 5 guys and I'm trying to pick between these 5 guys, then absolutely your prior work and all of that is going to really come into effect and be evaluated. But until that point, they're just like doing the mass filtering. They're just looking for, how do I get this pile of people down to a reasonable number that I can actually spend the time to look through and investigate. And so part of it is literally just, and for right or for wrong, and keeping in mind, I haven't hired. Oh dear. Oh, Atlas is
we
like,
we are being doo-dooed on right now.
We are being dooted on. Atlas was like, hey, yo, I saw you got some money. That's ours now.
Oh no. Oh, the gang's all here.
Oh good. Oh good.
Oh dear.
And keeping in mind that I am like, I haven't hired for a year or 2 at this point, so
Were you doing interviews and stuff at your old place?
I ran my own team. I did all my own hiring and stuff like that. But speaking of
what is jam?
All-Star.
On her forehead. Well, it stopped.
I mean, there's only so much you can store on this, right?
Yes, it is true. It is true.
What they need to do is they need to do the and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and then just like have
and they don't stop coming and it just keeps going. Just keeps going.
Yeah.
What they need to do, you have that one person has like the start, and then the other person just has that on repeat over and over and over, and so you can start one and then jump into the next one.
One does the lead, and then the next one just drops it down, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I see. There's some people in chat that are a little indignant at having their resume tossed out based over small spelling errors and stuff. And I appreciate the world you want to live in, but that's not the world you do live in. So check your dang resume.
The funny part is though, like the higher up you end up like going in the corporate ladder, the worse the communication actually gets as far as people caring what the spelling is. Like, I'm sure, like, the CEOs of companies are giving, like, one-word lowercase replies to things and stuff, because why bother? Who's checking their things? But then,
that's a little different. Like, CEOs and stuff are placed typically through scouting firms and, like...
I was thinking more founder CEO, not a hired CEO. Like, founder CEO, just... Nah. No punctuation, no grammar, just quick replies. I mean, hey, time is valuable for that sort of person, right? So the quicker you can get your point across without any frills, I
like the implication that those who aren't CEOs do not have valuable time, but otherwise, yes, I get what you're saying.
I mean, it's kind of, it would be false to think that within the scope of a company that the CEO's time would not be valued higher than that of many other employees.
Of course.
I'm not talking from a moral standpoint here. It's just how it is.
But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of different things involved, and at any rate, the point being is just that I think that I fell into a time when it was a little bit easier to get by without going into the college world than it is currently.
I fell into a time when it was much easier to get into the YouTube world. So, it goes many different ways.
Troy is a CEO and can confirm his time is very valuable.
Exactly,
Troy,
dude.
We appreciate your valuable time.
His baby, like, really doesn't realize how lucky it is to get so much of his time in his lap. His lap time is very valuable. Troy has long lap times with baby, and it costs lots of there's a high opportunity cost there, I should say, It's like millions of dollars of opportunity cost that Babby is getting.
We lost all of our gold. Thank you, Atlas, for coming by.
Woohoo! Wonderful. Just wonderful. I do think I caught something in chat though about Atlas Summit being like, hey, but you can get some gold from us, right? Yeah, that's what they were saying. That is what they were saying. Oh, right. You will get 1.5 mil back. So, ... We will be able to do an upgrade after that. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I see. They attacked so that we could revenge them, and now we can do the monkeys and stuff. I see.
The what? The monkeys?
The monkeys.
Oh, I think you said the monkeys?
I didn't say keys. I said G, like I had a G in there.
I said the monkeys.
Yeah,
like
the monkeys,
Troy spelled it.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, Troy. Had about enough of you. Mr. Big
Why do you break the slime? What are you doing?
Big Shot CEO.
What are you doing? Why did you break? Uh-oh.
What are you doing?
Oh, okay, we have all tropes. Good.
Actually, double CEO. Yeah, someone was talking about getting told that they shouldn't use $10 words and expect someone to have a dictionary to read. Yeah, and I would agree with that. Like,
what are $10 words? Is that are these fancy words?
A plethora instead of a lot of, or
gotcha.
Just where you try and frou up your language, and
using your thesaurus on your resume is not needed.
Really, like it's one of the quickest ways to show, if you're using industry correct terms, then that's one thing. But if you're just talking as mighty fancy as you can, then it's a quick red flag that all right, there's a lot of smoke being blown here.
And that you might be annoying to work with.
I mean, I don't think your resume generally reflects on how you would be in general. I think it's more just if you're having to resort to overly fancy words to sell yourself, then that means that you don't have a lot of content in other ways. It's tough, and I get there's so much conflicting information, and you should do this, you shouldn't do that. It's impossible to know what you should actually be doing, and that sucks.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of getting and not getting jobs, I don't know why it just reminded me of this. When I was at lunch with my mom yesterday, she was talking about the worst, the most frustrating situation I have ever heard of in my entire life, and my blood was boiling just hearing about it. But it reminded me, because it's the person
your
who's
mom's
involved.
Blood was boiling, or yours?
No, my blood was boiling listening to it. I'm sure my mom's blood was also boiling recounting it. But I thought of it because it was the person who's in this story, who's the perpetrator of this, isn't able to keep jobs because she's impossible to work with.
Right.
Oh my God. Okay, this is a story. You ready to hear this thing? Good Lord. Oh my. Okay, so it doesn't directly involve my mom. It's a friend of my mom. So we'll call her Jane for Jane Doe. So Jane owns a duplex, rents it out, and so rents it out to two people. Only gets one of their names on the lease, which you probably shouldn't do. You should probably get the names of everyone on the lease who's living in the building, but whatever, wouldn't have impacted things much anyway. I think the lease happened last June, or the lease, it was 2 Junes ago they started, and then it expires last June. In the meantime, while they're living there, they decide to bring in another roommate in order to help cover the rent. So it's now 3 people who are going to be living there. And so they bring in this woman as the third roommate. She stops paying rent as soon as she moves into the house with them. And while the lease is still going on, at least the other dude who is on the lease, he makes good and just covers her rent. She never pays him back or anything like that. Lease expires. 2 dudes move out. Woman stays. This was a year ago, June 2020. She is not paying rent. She is she just stays in the house. She will not leave. She's squatting in it, essentially, because she's not on the lease. She's not paying rent, but she's living in the building. there is an eviction moratorium, obviously, due to the crown. So the eviction process basically doesn't exist for like a year. And then even once it reconvenes, it's very, very, very slow with a whole bunch of no progress whatsoever. Anyway, it basically proceeds for like a year of them trying to go through mediation and negotiate like how they're going to get the person out. And they're in front of like a judge, and the judge basically can do nothing. Hands are completely tied. The judge cannot tell this person to get out of the house that they are not on the lease of and are just squatting in. And Jane's attorney basically says the only way this is going to happen is if you pay them to vacate the house. And so they're going back and forth on like what a sum is that Jane can pay the squatter in order to vacate the house. And every time that they reach an amount and they're about to settle on it, she decides, you know what? No, I'd rather not. You know what? I'm actually not gonna leave the house. I'm not gonna do it. And so that happens several times. Again, the judge can do nothing about this at all. Sits on hands. There is no way to get her out of the house. Finally, after however many months of going back and forth and her not showing up and to trial appearances, which are all on Zoom, finally they agree to, I think it was $15,000. $12,000 or $15,000 that Jane has to pay the squatter in order to vacate the property she has been living in for free for the last year, not on the lease. Okay. Also, along with paying the $15,000, Jane has to sign an agreement saying that she cannot sue the squatter for anything, and that the squatter, though, is perfectly free to sue her for anything she would sue Jane for anything she would like to after vacating. It's all signed and settled, pays $12,000 or $15,000. Come move out, the squatter steals the washing machine, dryer, refrigerator, bails, and then immediately after moving out, going to wherever, files a lawsuit for like harassment or something because of, you know, her the Jane trying to get her out of the house, and also saying there was like toxic mold in the house and a whole bunch of like, it was unlivable conditions that I was being subjected to as a squatter who wasn't paying her on the lease. This is, you can't ignore it. It was a properly filed lawsuit, and Jane's attorney tells Jane to pass it off to her homeowner's insurance, which I guess you can do. And the homeowner's insurance is going to end up taking over the case and settling it. And the attorney guessed that they would probably settle for about $100,000. So this squatter living in the house for a year, not paying any rent, is going to make $115,000 out of this whole thing. And meanwhile, Jane got no rent for an entire year, all the time and energy, legal fees, everything like that. I'm just like listening to this, like, at what point are you considering the hitman approach?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, like, none of that surprises me. I wish that it did, but it's, you know, like, it's one of those things that it's just, no matter what laws you create, no matter what you do, there's going to be crappy people on both sides that just absolutely figure out a way to abuse it and just make it horrible. And absolutely, as a landlord and as a with all the protections given to people because of the crown and stuff, like, you know, well-intentioned and in many cases needed and valid, but it also enables those crappy people to completely and utterly, use the system against them. And also same for, squatters' rights and stuff are help to protect people who have bad landlords that try and, like kick them out of their house with no, regard to them or their living situation. But that in turn then enables people who come in at, again, abuse that and use it in a horrific and terrible way. And it's just sucks every way it can.
I mean, what I've learned here, it reinforced that I never want to own rental property because it's like you're inevitably going to end up dealing with someone terrible if you do it for long enough. And it just sounds like such a pain and headache. It's just why would I do that to myself? Like I'll stick with stonks. It's just maybe in a downturn it's not going to produce as much revenue, but it's not worth the headache. But also I've learned that if you want to, you can basically just try to find somebody who's willing to let you into their roommate agreement, and if you can avoid being put on the lease, you can just stay there forever, basically, and make money off of it. If you can get yourself into a house, you can stay there past the end of the lease, and the property owner's kind of screwed.
Right.
Is what it sounds like.
Yes. Yep.
Oh God.
And like again, it's if you took away those rights, if you took away those protections, if you built laws and you're like, hey, we got to prevent this from happening, then you tell this story again, some years later, but now it's about how this family that was doing everything they could to pay their bills and do all this stuff right, and then they just had this crappy landlord who came in and used the system to screw them over. Like it.
Oh sure, I realize that it can go both ways.
Yeah, we need to fix people being crappy, and as soon as we figure that out, then I think things get a lot better. If we could just get past that little hurdle. Just this small, tiny one. We should probably do. Let's see. We have 6.9 minutes. Nice. Nice.
We could potentially do one more raid, and then we should probably do an upgrade on something. Okay, so Puffer and ND. That was an incredibly. It was like all the horror stories that you kind of have heard occasionally about. Bad things can happen if you're running, a building and having people rent, but it's like, oh God, does this actually happens to people? Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep.
Ugh. Wild.
I
would have been. What's that?
Are you?
Yeah, we're re-racked. I guess this would be your turn. Yeah. Ugh. And also, it's like. There are a whole bunch of restrictions right now. Like you can't shut off power or water or anything like that. So like all that is still being provided.
That's never allowed. I don't think. Like I think that's.
Like, I thought if you don't pay your electricity bill, you get your power turned off.
No, but as a the utility I think can if you don't pay the bill. But I think as a landlord, you can't turn off like critical utilities. Like a certain class of utilities to make them want to leave. Like you can't kill their.
Oh well, no, I realize that, but usually the account is in the name of the lessee. At least maybe it's different if you're renting a house versus an apartment. But with like apartments and stuff, I've always had to call and set up the power with the power company. Sure. If I didn't pay the bill, I would have my power shut off. So, like maybe it was different, and maybe Jane was actually responsible for all the utility accounts, in which case, I don't know, could she just stop paying them? Is she legally obligated to pay for these accounts while the squatter is there?
I believe that is the case. I don't believe you can't deny, critical, like fundamental life requiring things to people. And unless Jane literally can prove she can't pay, but like there's some regards there and all that, and again I haven't like I'm not saying I'm like absolutely current on the latest on all things, landlord, landlord weekly, but there's definitely stuff that you've got to keep in mind and things that can affect and be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, right now I know there is a no turning off electricity and utilities in California due to the crown, but I figured outside of that, if the bill isn't paid, it will get shut off.
Like I said, I think that the utility company can shut it off based on no bill paid or whatever, but I don't think you as a landlord can intentionally disconnect vital services to someone to force them out.
Right, but I guess you could. I don't know. As a lawyer, as a non-lawyer, I do not know. But
there's got to be I understand what you're saying, and there's got to be some.
You could be like, oh, my place isn't.
This is the circumstance of how this works.
I don't have anyone on lease. I'm taking some time off this. I'm gonna let the power go out because nobody's living there, so I'm just not gonna pay the bill. If it is in their name, if it's in the name of the tenant, then how would you even? You're obligated to actually open up an account yourself in order to pay the bill to cover the person who's not paying to live in the house.
Right. I don't know.
But yeah, imagine being paid $115,000 to commandeer someone's house for a year and a half.
Yep.
Pretty sweet deal. And then quite clearly, this person is experienced and bounces from house to house and continues this scam. So, man.
Yeah, they had an idea how to play this system.
No, quite clearly. But it's God, they must have it down to a science. I wonder, so they have no expenses then other than food, I guess. And they can just keep raking people over the coals. God, that's rough. It's you need to do a credit check and police background check on anyone you're gonna try to get to add as a roommate.
Oh, I do know that, because I had a coworker who has a duplex and stuff, and it was he would do a background check on it and credit check on anyone who applied, and that was, step one of even considering them was having them pass all that.
Definitely necessary.
Yeah. I kind of overspawned this, but I didn't want to take too much time
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure we got the boost in and everything.
Yeah, 96 raid points. Let's go. Okay.
We are out of grace, I believe. No. Okay. Just
we got 7.2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, we should probably try to spend the money.
Spend the money. We got to pay it on the things.
Yes, what he said.
You said only pufferfish are the ones we don't have at level 5 at this point?
That is correct.
Seems like that's a good spot to look.
Let's see. So that will cost 440,000 gold, 295 raid points. And then we will have 200 some odd left over. I'm not sure if we'll be able to spend any money. Let's check the barricades really quick. See what they cost.
Let's see. This one's a
400 and 290 raid points. So the puffer is...
That's just to get to 5, not even to 6.
Yeah. So the puffer will take more gold. You should upgrade the horseman's cap. Do people agree with that? But that's less gold.
I thought you said that, everything
oh, wait,
was 5 except
can we
for that.
do... No. I think we can actually do scoresman and we can do puffers. We can do both.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's actually great. That's actually great.
Can you do both at the same time? Or do you
yeah. No, that's what I think we have the raid points to actually do both. Okay. 295 and 220. Yeah. Okay, we can do both. Heck yeah.
Oh, that's just barely.
I know, it's perfect. It's perfect. But that gets us 800,000 gold down. So there we go.
Let's do.
And there we go. Okay, spend dat paper.
We have met our maximum capacity for raw pork chop.
All right, let's see. So, Puffer's level 4 versus level 1. What are they? How much? They have HP 325 versus 280, damage 116 versus 92. And most of the other stuff is the same. How about Scoresman?
How about them chickens?
Scoresman of 20 extra health, about 10% extra damage. They cost more, but yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I mean, I think people are just gonna take back the remaining gold, but we got good use out of it.
I think we got some good use out of it. So yeah, well done, bravo. I think this was a success all around. What do you think?
I think it was too, dude.
Yeah, we did good. We got a couple good upgrades. So, with that, guys, as always, we want to thank our series sponsor, you, Captain Sparkles, in the Fallen Kingdom server, inviting us to come on and play. And you guys can come play with us, Fallen Kingdom, or play.fallenkingdom.co, using a Java 1.14 on up client. Build up your castle, create your paths, show us what the new meta is, and take all of our money and really just bully us like Idlewest does. But and
do you mean Atlas Summit?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, really, all
everyone
of them at this point.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
And then, of course, our ongoing sponsor, MC Pro Hosting. We have links in the description. You can save 25% off your first month if you want to play with your friends doing adventure maps, regular vanilla Minecraft SMP, or even maybe get a little fancy and go for some modded stuff. Whatever it is you want to do, use those links, save 25% off, and that will also go to help support us, and we appreciate that. Same description as the link to the playlist. As always, catch up on the episodes you missed, or your favorite episodes, or your episodes that you didn't like much and didn't miss, but you want to watch anyway. Again, you can use the description there, and then we are doing it live. Come see it as it happens. Twitch.tv/Zine and Twitch.tv/Captain Sparkles. We would love to have your smiling faces in chat so we can smile back at you with all the warmth and love in our hearts. So be sure to do that. Is there anything for you, sir?
No, you very, very comprehensive as always. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.